Welcome back, everybody. Let's go for something a little bit different. This is what describes itself as a hardcore survival server. Obviously, that's the sort of thing that I build, but let's see their take on it. Based in the US. Highlighting emergency first aid. Okay. So I died there. I'm just testing it. Okay. That makes sense. So we'll search this area for resources. Look, we've got any strange crafting. Okay. Fine. Gonna need a knife quite desperately. And replacement footwear. Apart from that, we're pretty good. One of those servers with really hard zombies. They do a lot more damage to you. Hi Ace, how are you? I'm playing a hardcore US server. Not because I want to, but because I like playing other people's take on hardcore servers to see if there's something I can do to improve mine. Or whether theirs are going too far, whether I like what they do or not. I'm spending a lot of time dying at the moment. This is a hard experience. Probably I think it's going too far. But we're slowly fighting off our illness. But the blurred vision is because we got bashed over the head by a zombie. But as soon as this blurred vision cures, things are getting back to normal. But we need a knife desperately. So we can start to think about lighting a fire. Making some rope. Catching some fish. Somebody that enjoys survival servers, always good to see someone else's take on how it works. Injury's getting better. Do need water quite desperately. Where's my nearest well? So our first port of call is water. And after water, food. And then we're going to need some method of catching food on a regular basis. Going to need a fire, for sure. Look, hey, DayZ. Fine. So we're getting ready to wipe GoblinZ, which will be happening on Thursday. It will be coming to Chernarus, but it will be coming to a snow build at Chernarus rather than just rain snow. It will be coming to real snow. And my version of hardcore, not this version. Though this does have its place. Come under fire. AI, I'm guessing. Seriously need a knife. That's our first major problem. The reason we're not running is we've only got a limited amount of water. Push on. Of how cold the server is, my guess is it's set in winter, in which case they should have turned off apple spawns. Probably. Need to stay clear of zombies unless we really have to fight them. Yeah, they're Walking Dead zombies. Can you explain the CD key purchasing process when you buy PC games? Okay, so you buy the CD key. Depending on the firm you buy it from, they'll email the CD key to you. You then go into Steam, so you need a Steam account, which is free. And then you go into Add Game, and when it asks you for the CD key, you put the CD key in. And then, shit. And then it will then add the game to your profile. I wouldn't normally go for it, but it's extra storage, isn't it? No, it's not. Get it then. That'll do. I'll have a fire now. Still got no water. Yeah. And if you buy it on Steam, it all happens there. So you buy it and it just says words to the effect of, do you wish to download this game now? And you select yes or no. So I buy the limited games I buy now, I just buy directly on Steam because it just makes it easy. Still need to try to get to that well. That's pretty good. 34, so about £28 UK. Yeah, that's pretty good. No idea what the mission was. Yep, IMEX service. Yeah. How can I help? Something I really enjoy doing is making servers. Well, yeah. I like playing this harder side of DayZ, but I certainly enjoy making servers. I wouldn't say they're not standard. Well, they are standalone, but they're standalone as in I use a hosting for them. So probably going to be over Christmas trying to build a baby one that's I run myself off a spare machine I've got. But that'll be a new skill set to learn. Take the battery. Right, we need a fire now. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Is it possible to create a server as you could hire AI bounty hunters in DayZ? Yes. DayZ expansion, if you use the AI mod, it allows you to have the ability to hire them and then control them. So that can be done. Yep. And then you can have them sort of attached to you, and you can give them orders and they'll follow you around and carry the weapons. You can dress them up and give them different armors and weapons. So that is available in DayZ expansion as part of their AI mission pack, or they're part of their AI pack. Need some more food, guys. We'll take that though over that. Ah, we won't. Now we get rid of that. Bring that down to there. That. Take that. And that to make a rucksack later on when we can. That's the fire lighting. That goes there. Here. Yeah, good, good, good. Right, and bring that. Swap those two round. That way round works better. Bandage. That mag. Got a double swap there, and there. Good. Yeah, so it can be done. Often used on PvE servers, so you can like hire or have a friend that backs you up. Can also have a dog as well. I really have to get a PC. What am I doing? New PC. What am I doing in my life? Oh, and the zombies are now bashing the door down. Get out of here. We've outstayed our welcome in this town. Right, food now. Our next problem. Knife at last. So, next problem now is enough clothing to make rope. If we can get rope, we can always have food. Starting to love this game. Can't wait till I get it on PC. The game is amazing. Once you get your head round it, once you get over that initial nightmare of it, the game is just amazing. What's that? That is a radio. Won't be playing that because I'm streaming. You can guarantee it will breach copyright. Let's now push on 4. Okay, we need to stay clear of the town because the zombies will just kill me. But we need to be going like the outer edges of Berezino. So if we push for like there and then push maybe up to here. See if we can get ourselves a throwaway rifle, hunting rifle. Or purification tablets, that would work well. I mean, I'm a massive DayZ fan. We're coming up to year 5 for me, or be the end of this year, beginning of next, with about 6,000 hours. By the time we get to the end of Christmas leave, I'll have 6,000 hours in game. And I'm not particularly good at PvP, though I play a lot of PvP servers, but today we're running on a survival server. I quite enjoy the survival side of it as well. And the servers I do myself are all tend to be hardcore survival, though this isn't mine. This is not my version of hardcore survival. I'm playing this today to get an idea of what other people do when faced with the word survival. It's a massive amount. So, I was late to the DayZ party. I don't want a pair of binoculars. I spent a lot of time watching other people play it, thinking I was too old. I was, at the time, 45, 46. And I thought, I'm too old to play DayZ. And then I asked people in the chat that I was in, and they said, no, give it a go. And I came across in the first sort of 100 hours, I spent a lot of time dying, wondering what was happening. I still spend a lot of time dying, but I know what's happening now. Love the game. I'm either in-game, building servers, or streaming for 40 hours a week, probably. If I'm not streaming, I'm working on servers. We're going to go to the Pioneer huts up here. We'll start at that end and work our way down. We need either a better rucksack, or we need clothing that we can turn into rags, that we can turn into rope, that then we can go fishing with. Are you aware of how to find the promo codes on Steam? No, I'm not. That's the thing, if you watch people and you see... I watch lots of people. I used to watch Thankyou on PC. And then the more time what you watch, the more you work out what the game's all about. You know, this server is a hardcore survival server. PvP's allowed. But it's not naturally... It doesn't attract lots of players because it's a harder server. Same as the servers I build, they don't attract massive amounts of players because they're harder. That's not to say PvP wouldn't happen. You know, if I had a gun now and I saw a player, I'd shoot them. Straight away, bang, dead, job done. Because you don't know, they might be carrying something you need. Are you aware of how to get the promo codes? I don't know, I'm sorry, Ace. And the more time you spend in the game once you do get the game, the easier it becomes. But to start with, the game is hard. There's no training, there's no do this, do that. Your only objective is to survive. You know, I'm picking up what probably looks like rubbish to most people, but to me makes sense. Before we get in there, let's now start to make some rags. Yeah, different servers do things differently. Yeah, so this server's a survival server, so you're going to get less items. And you're going to fight for every item you do get. Where other servers, you'll get access to guns really quickly, and it becomes a pure PvP experience. Whereas I tend to play more of the survival, base building, raiding people, but I play naturally harder servers. Servers where there's still PvP. I don't play player versus environment servers, but where it's you against the world as well. I like DayZ, for me, I like DayZ to feel like it is the end of the world. Mag, we want that. Food, we want that. Shotgun ammo every bloody time. Oh, I've got cargo pants on. We'll take them into... we'll rip them up. If we can make rope, we can make a fishing rod. And if we make a fishing rod, we can fish. And if we can fish, we can survive. Nearly. Just need 6 more rags. And we're on our way to making a fishing rod. That. Bar of chocolate. Off with that one. On with that one. Two more rags needed. Some adapter for a rail mount. Take that while we can. Zombies are appearing. And on here they're Walking Dead zombies. So they don't run, but they hit a lot harder. And they'll bash down doors. That hurt my foot. I was trying to get out of here. We're still collecting some loot. Once we get clear, we'll sort our lives out. For the moment. Should be able to go fishing now. just need to get down to the coast. We can fish in rivers anywhere, but what I have in plan for this, the coast makes more sense. Good, we're running again. So, our next stage, coast about there. Yeah. Now, because it's a survival server, we'll save the little bits of food we've picked up for emergencies. Stay clear of the town. Any zombie spawns while still checking whether there's a house that you can search, and that looks pretty searchable. Sewing kit, can always be used in emergency to bandage. Big a can of food. Don't want any spandex leggings. Happy with that. Make our fishing rod. Wow, they are very thorough on Steam. They require ID proof of your identity to yes. Yeah. Yeah, they are. To stop fraud. But it's so long ago since I set up a Steam account that when I set it up, when Steam was new, like 20-something years ago, I don't think they asked for any of that then. So it's been a while since I've had to set up a Steam account. I need to make some more rags. can't find any more bandages, we'll be trying to purify rags to keep ourselves alive. Also, there's certain countries in the world, for obvious reasons at the moment, that are not allowed access to things like Steam officially. So they'll be they'll be worried about things like sanctions and how that could affect them. Or makes sense to keep that waterproof and separate. Heating, emergency food, emergency food, emergency food, ammo, 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 ammo. Be good. Emergency food, ammo. Works. Weapon part, knives, bash people on the head tools for emergency. First aid. First aid. Okay, happy with that. Need one more stick. Make some hooks. Baby stick. Baby stick. There we go. That should do. No. Yeah, long stick. That'll do. Break that in half. Turn that into hooks. Fishing hook. Happy with that. Right then, let's move on. Next stage, do some fishing. Then find somewhere to cook. Train down there if you're lucky. You're gonna need some worms. Go do some fishing. under gas. How surprising. Dinner. Done. Now we need to find a house to cook at that's away from zombies. So... that might work. Woods. May work. May work. Depending if that's in gas or not. It shouldn't be. Okay, go there and do some fishing. That's right, fishing. Let's do some eating of fish. And get the heat buff. So it's just a caravan with a hut opposite. Okay, that works. Here? No. What's some other survival type game? Open world survival. Scum. I like Scum. Stalker. That's not really survival. I only really stream DayZ because the majority of people watch me for DayZ, and when I stream other games, I lose subs. So I'll play other games. I just won't stream them very often. If you like military sims, Grey Zone is brilliant. And you've got a machine that will run Grey Zone. Firewood, that will do. Piece of rag. Fireplace. Now I need to make a fire lighting kit. Green zone. It's jungle survival. Quite hard. Green hell, something like that. It is quite a hard game though. One piece of bark needed. Maybe green hell. could be it. But DayZ to me is a mixture. Is the better for me. Is the best of the lot. Other people wouldn't agree. That's for sure. Everyone has their own take on what they enjoy. One of the nice things on Steam is if you do buy a game and you hate it, you can normally get a refund if you've played it for less than so many hours and less than so many. Why have I done that? I need another piece of bark to do that. Okay. And yeah, so many hours and within a certain amount of time, you can get a full refund. Well, you can certainly over here, which is always useful for emergencies. Oh, I've already got that bit of bark. I have some stupid goblin, silly goblin hand drill kit. There we go. It's difficult. There's lots of good survival games out there. Right, let's get this fire going. But Scum is a biggie. If you like really difficult survival games, SCUM, PC only, coming to Xbox, I believe, and PlayStation at some point. But that takes survival to a whole new level of pain. Really difficult. So my biggie is DayZ, my main. Scum's my additional. There's other games that fit into that world, but I just don't play them. Very catchy name, yeah. So in Scum, you play a prisoner that's been jettisoned onto an island. It does have a single-player version as well as multiplayer. And then from that island, you then have to survive. And you fight, if you play multiplayer, other players, bots and zombies, so they call them puppets. And the bots are robots, like big mechs that look after military camps. But that you have to worry about calorie intake, the type of food you're eating, the type of water you're drinking. If you get ill, you need to work out what's wrong with you and get the right medical cure to solve it. Takes things, as I said, massively to extremes. But you can base build, you can fly, you can ride horses, you can drive cars and motorbikes and that. All in the base game. And it is a lot of fun. It's just very, very difficult. As a single player game, I'm massively enjoying Stalker 2 at the moment. So that's less about survival and more about trying to live. Yeah, so that's worth having. Scum's a good game, though Scum, as I said, is difficult. Don't get it thinking it's going to be an easy option. Yeah. Scum is anything but easy. Right, that's the food situation sorted, but into my pants because that way I get the heat buff off them. Right, let's move on. So next is arguably where I died last time, but sort of we need to hit the airfield and see if it's custom. If it's custom, then we might be able to get some weapons out of it. So let's have a look. I think we're quite close. But I would certainly say look at a Scum video before you make that jump. Yeah. The Scum's worth it, certainly. If you like hardcore survival. Though that does have a tutorial mode, so it does teach you what to do to live. The very basics. And it has like RPG elements, so when you set your character up in Scum, you can choose how good am I at camouflage, how good am I at running, how good am I at cutting down trees, am I a base builder, can I make guns, that sort of stuff. So you can give yourself different levels, and then you increase upon your levels. Choose if you can have male or female characters, and you can choose the size of your body parts. Is that the word I'm looking for? And if you have very big women's body parts, it automatically gives you low intelligence, and if you have very big male body parts, it gives you very low intelligence. But it's a good game. It's not the sort of game that I can play that and DayZ at the same time. You either play one or the other. As I said, Grey Zone Warfare, if you like milsim, very, very realistic milsim with real world weapons. And that has a PvP mode and a PvE mode. That's very, very, very good. Less about eating and drinking and more about shooting enemy and completing missions. I think once you're verified, then it is straight away that Steam issues it. So if I buy a game on Steam, it just bang bang and I've got it. I'm ready to go. My guess is this is the first time you've purchased and it needs to make sure you are who you say you are. So yeah, I click on Steam. It knows my debit card or my bank card. I select the game I want, I click purchase, and it asks me straight away, do I want to download? But I have been with Steam since the day it opened. That shows my age. Can we eat that fish yet? That one there we can. Let's have some food. I think once Steam knows who you are and it's happy, then things will speed up. Obviously, with the current sanctions that are on in the world, Steam is always going to be worried that you're from one of the countries that isn't currently meant to be on Steam. They are, but isn't meant to be, and it makes a sale to you, so it has to verify you. That's their fear, I'm guessing. Also, depending upon the country you're on, it's depending upon what terms and conditions they have to issue you. So I obviously fall under UK law for Steam. When we used to be in the EU, we'd fall under EU law and UK law. You would fall under, I'm guessing, US law when it comes to refunds and rights to return and all that sort of things. So every country will have slightly different rules and regs. Right then. If the airfield's custom, we've got a chance of getting some better gear out of it. if it's not custom, it's still worth a run around in case we can get a baby rucksack out of it. And this puts us sort of in the area we need to be in. But we won't know until we get over that hill there. I don't expect it will be. Also, with night coming in, I'm going to give you some guys some gamma. Not perfect, but it'll do. Do we have a book and stats? Can we see player profile? Would it give us a time? No, can't see current time of server. Maybe. That makes sense. This does have underground bases on it, so you can build once you've got the supplies underground. I don't think the airfield is custom. No, it's not. But it's worth doing the medical tents. So this is the vanilla version of the airfield. When I run this server as of this weekend, or this time next week, we'll be playing on this server, on my version of this map. This will be custom. I hate this airfield when it's vanilla, because this is just boring. Last year when they did the update to 1. Whatever it was at that point, 1.21, with the update to the airfield, and they updated the airfield at northwest, which was already good enough, and then they left this one alone. It was such a shame. This would have been nice for an update. So, red sky at night, Shepherd's Delight. Red sky in the morning, Shepherd's House is on fire. Isn't that the same? Now, there will be zombies around, so you have to be a little bit careful. And they are military zombies. But that being said, get a strike in, and then back off. Again. Oh, ooh. Damn it. I'm dead. Respawn. Custom. Like I said, it's a harder server. That. Food. Emergency fire and heat. Down here. So that area there makes the most sense. Pick up our RV and move it. Yeah, they are. They are on here. They're really difficult. You really need to be headshotting them to get military weapons. You've got to go to get weapons to do that. You need to go into areas with zombies. It's a never-ending problem. And they'll bash down doors as well, where normal zombies DayZ wise won't. So, as I said, you guys have gamma. This is how I see it currently. So I turn gamma on using my Steam Deck for you. So you get to see more than I do. So if during night time I'm missing something or don't see it, it's purely because you get a more light version of the game than I've got running. BK18 on one round. Worth having. 76239. You'll need a knife though. So I'll always carry a burlap sack, because if we get a piece of rope, we can turn it into a rucksack. That's a want, not a need on those type of things. Wow. Oh, you're in for a shock then when you have to use mouse and keyboard. That is quite awesome. Come to me, zombie. Come to me. Come on. You can get to me. Get through that bush. I remember playing Rainbow Six on CD back in the 90s. Come on, Mr. Zombie. Walk on. Walk on. Come on, Miss Zombie. Come on. You can get to me. Fanta. Matches. Come on then. Really do with the sun coming up, couldn't we? Maybe not for you guys, but certainly for me. One of my favourite houses to build in. My suggestion would be, Ace, because you don't jump in straight to a hardcore PvP server. Find something that's a little bit empty. Okay, let's get on a car and explain it in sort of English. So I can't be attacked by a zombie. So in OBS, I've got a filter turned on. So if I go into my game capture screen and then I click on filters, one of my filters I've got is called chroma key. If I open up chroma key, that then has in there you can select all your settings. The top one I've got key color green, top one at 400, second one down at 80, then 100, then 10,000 or 1.0000. Contrast is at 0.00 and brightness is 0.0000. So that's the first thing I do. Once that's assigned, in Stream Deck, I assign a button to operate that command in basic terms. So OBS for streaming, and then the other things are sort of all connected. Move on up. We could have a fire here, seeing we've killed the zombies. Get a heat buff for nothing. Hi, Chuckles. Chuckles, I'm playing a whole new level of pain. I'm playing a different level of hardcore. A hardcore server that's got based in the States, mate. That's got nasty zombies. Nasty. We don't have any bark, do we? So forget that. We don't have a knife. Oh, no, we don't have a knife. Okay, forget the lighting a fire. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Let's come and have a chat. That's right. You need to follow me. Up we go. Come on. Come to Uncle Goblin. I'll do a better thing on if you remind me and ask on Discord, then I'll explain it with pictures as well. Not while I'm streaming. So Chuckles, this is known as Hardcore Plus Plus. I'm not. The map isn't that difficult. The zombies are. Come on then. Come and have a chat with Mr. Goblin. Come on. Off you come. Come and find me. I know. We'll have a nice talk about what's good. I really need the sun to come up, because at the moment it's a little bit dark for me. Oh, have you got bored of me? Come on then. Come on. Come on. That's right, I'm here. Little pile of dead zombies. So, as we're learning, these zombies die better if you hit them in the head. So we should always use vehicles. Goblin, I have the key code. What do I do with that now to play? So, did you buy it via Steam or did you buy it via CD keys? If you've got it via Steam, give me a second. We will try and find my Steam icon. If you got it via Steam, then you should be able to just go to your library and it will show that you own the game, and then you can click to install it. If you got it via CD key, Steam, okay. So if you click on, if you load up Steam, and then you click on library, and then down the left-hand side you'll have your games. It might be easier the first time to go into the search box and search for DayZ. That will then bring up DayZ. And then you'll need to click on install. Once you've got it installed, that will then leave you with a DayZ icon on your desktop. You double click that icon and then search for a server. And if you go into community servers, they're modded servers. And if you go into official, they're official servers. When you click on community servers, then you find the server you wish to play, and you've got one option which is like download mods and play, and that's the one that you need to click. And what it will do is it will search for each of the mods of Steam, and it will download all the mods of Steam that you need to play that server, and then let you onto the server. So if you wanted to play this server, you would search for, though not that I would suggest it, but not as your first run. But you would search for, maybe not that, where are we? If I go book, did it tell me in there server details? No, so here, to play this server, you would search for hardcore ++. Hardcore ++, and that would bring up this server, as well as any others that call themselves the same name. Come to me, Mr. Zombie. Come on. Come and have a chat. And if you wanted to search for, say, my server, if you own Sakao, you'd search for GoblinZ. But as I said, on this time next week, my server will become Chernarus. Come on, zombie. Behind you. Worth having. Alright, where were we? Really where we are is we're waiting for the sun to come up. And then hopefully find the knife. I'm not sure why they gave you a key code if you bought it on Steam. Okay. So do you have a key code? Let me get back somewhere. So I need to get somewhere safe to try and explain to you. So do you have a key code? That's the question. Because normally my key codes come directly into Steam. If you've got a key code, then you will need to go to Yeah, thanks for that. Let me just put something in PC support for you. Ace, I've put something in the PC DayZ support channel for you. Hopefully that'll explain it. Right then, let's eat that. Right, that burnt out, but still warm. Really, I need the sun to come up or morning to be here. I have no way of knowing how long the night is. Okay, so if you go into my Discord, PC DayZ support, you've got on the PC DayZ support bit at the bottom, you've got the 3 bits that you're looking for. Been here so long, zombies are coming back. Come to me, Mr. Zombie. Oh, it's Miss Zombie. I do apologise. Look at that. We have a knife. And a rucksack. Well, sort of. And a packet of food. God, it's like Endgame. A key for hospitals. A hammer. Oh, thanks, Ace. That's massively appreciated. Did you get it? Did that work? I'm hoping it worked. Oh, shamag. Okay. Suppose it's a useful place for it. We could do with a fire. Because we are losing health, or we will be soon because of the cold. Let's get a fire on. And get that plus icon up. Reluctant to eat that yet because we don't have anything to drink with. But at least we can get some heat on. And thank you for the super chat. Excellent. And that's how you add games, basically. And if you could find your Rainbow Six CD, the code off that should allow you to add that as well. I said that jokingly because I wish I could find my original Rainbow Six CD. Always amazes me, this fireplace works so well, but there's no chimney. That one log split very quickly into 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do some instructions after I finish the stream. I'm going to stop for food in about an hour's time, then I'll come back on again later. But because it's now 4 PM UK, so 5 PM UK, I'll stop, have some food, and then I'll come back on. But in that middle bit, I'll do some instructions of how you search for different DayZ servers for you. Because that's a whole new world of pain. But once you've worked it out, it's not so difficult. But when you first, after coming from like Xbox or PlayStation, where everything just sort of makes sense, You come to PC where none of it makes sense. And the ones that have been doing it on PC forever, it's fine. And there you go. So some of those CDs, if they've got CD like codes on them, might, I'm not guaranteeing they will, but they might actually, but you can sometimes add them to Steam and it will give you access to that game still. Whether it will work in Windows 11 is a different thing. So we're really waiting for the sun to come up. And I have no way of knowing what time it is on the server. I probably no. Sometimes, if you're very lucky, you get a information in here. But this server is not giving it. Little read through the rubbish. So, base building settings, vanilla turned off, expansion turned on, territory settings 60 meters, map, don't need any kit, party, maximum of 4 people in a team. Great. See, what you can do though, if you grab another stick quick enough, we can relight that fire. Reignite. I'm just working on the fact that there's no point in me moving around at night when it's pitch black. There we go. I don't really want to use that knife up yet for any of these things. Can't rip that up with a hammer. That's high installation. That's medium. That's got 42 slots. Okay, that works. So take that one off. Put that one on. I'll move that into rags. Needs 3 more and we've got a piece of rope. Now we move that down to there. So this server, oh, that's burnt out. It's a shame. Some of them will let you reheat them. So this server has keys on it and key card rooms. So hospitals and clinics throughout the map, there'll be sometimes a box in them, and we'll be able to open the box and get some extra goods out of it. Our nearest hospital police. That might be worth it for a weapon, you know. It might be worth it moving across to there for the well. No, the height. It'd be worth moving across to there, and then down that hill to the police station. See if we can get something useful out of it, like an MP5 or equivalent. We do have a well nearby though, don't we? So, the well is there, but I don't really want to go there until the sun comes up. Because of the zombies. Right, and we're going to have to do it, I reckon, when this fire burns out. We'll use that to hit ooh. Can't we take a hammer to a rock and turn that into knives? I think we can. That's interesting. So we've got more than one knife there, if that works. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves to a well. How much light shows up, doesn't it? Then I think we'll go for the police station and try and get a bit of body armor and a bang stick. Too high up. Ace, a fan of the old Evil Dead movie. Can't get that long zombie get to me. Time to move. So, next is police station. So, back down to the road. And then along the road. Because that'll be flat and safer. See, we need another 3 rags to be able to make a fishing rod. Stay safer. We've got to go past this bloody place. Okay, so next point is bottom corner, about there, and we'll search that lot. We're not going out to Solnichi. So years ago I saw a video where someone they only lived on Solnichi. They didn't leave Solnichi Island. They built a base on there and everything. Just waited for spawns to come in. So it is possible. Try out our make a large stone. That ruined that. Okay. Can we then use that? No. Carry that though in case we find another hammer. Then we can turn it into small stones, which we can use for other things. That's emergency first aid kit now. That actually massively worth it. Put that in there and a stack of those in there. That will keep them dry. So should situation arise and we get wet, we can still light a fire. Right then, move on. We'll search boats as we go because we might find food, might find a fishing rod, best case scenario. Footwear will be damaged. Oh, it's pristine this time. We were lucky. Oh, that's because I had a crawler, wasn't it? Bashed my feet last time. Can't believe we've got unlimited stamina on what it counts itself as being a hardcore server. I could get my head around there being auto sprint, but with stamina. I can't get my head around there being unlimited stamina on something that calls itself hardcore. So what I'm doing when I run up to the items, Ace, is I'm pressing tab on the keyboard because tab is what you search with. Should be a car down here we can step onto, or is there? No, there's not. So we'll have to be careful of Zeds, otherwise I'll get killed, as we know from experience. slow things down a little bit. There are always zombies around this house. If there's any cars down here, we'll step onto the cars and try and bring the zombies to us. And bash them in the head. I wonder if I can... It's just me thinking. No. Nice idea though. A shed in there. See, the view I'm getting, guys, is that. So it's still doable. Your view is a lot better, though. Damaged. What's mine? Damage. 2 rounds of ammo. And some food. I think the sun's coming up. It's nice. Leave that zombie to its own devices. Hopefully, in the next town, as we go on the outer edges of the next town, it'll tell us what. It'll tell us where we are on the map, and it'll tell us what time it is, basically. Just using expansion. That's one of the expansion features. So then we'll be able to see how far away we are from the sun coming up. Ah, that's the car I was looking for. I'm making our way along the road. Doing all right. We're not doing badly. Shoot a deer now. I just prefer to save my ammo for people. What we really need, though, is to get some body armour out the police station. That would make our lives really a lot better. On a positive, though, 3 days of work. Well, actually, 2.5. 2. In tomorrow, but it'll probably be an early finish. Who knows? Full day Tuesday, and once I've finished work on Wednesday, I'm off till the 6th of January. Or the 5th, 6th, whatever the Monday is. So, a couple of days at work. Then I'm on leave, which means a lot of DayZ streaming. Not initially. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll be building the new server. And then from Sunday onwards, a lot of streaming for 3 weeks. On the road, there we are, 7:16 in the morning. That's good enough for me. It's a long night. At least it wasn't that dark. Right then. Operation Dodge the Zombies. And then get to the police station. Need a car. There's a car. Bring the zombies to me. Bash them from the top of the car. Sounds like a plan. Oh, he's trying to bash his way out, isn't he? Take your gamma off now, guys. Need that zombie to break the door down. So we can deal with it from up here. Oh well. Welcome back, Chuckles. I've got an unhappy zombie. Harassing poet. Is she on Planet Coaster? I should have my interview with her in January for her podcast. We're going to set some dates up for it. Wanted. Yeah, we've been promising to do it for over a year now, and yesterday she said I'll message her, so I dropped her a message. She's like, yeah, we'll arrange it for once she knows her hours in January. We'll get something together. We'll join up on a server, and she'll interview me while we game. January the 14th, evening stream for my 55th birthday. You guys can raid me afterwards. You going to stream, are you, Chuckles? Lived in this before with a team. We built a massive base in here, blocked all that off, put a wall up there and a wall over there, and covered all this in airlocks. You basically came into the base, you ran up here through airlocks right to the end, then back on ourselves, and then through that door there. And then all the bottom floor was airlocks. And then the second floor is where we lived. And we blocked off all those windows because you can't get through those windows. We built a massive base here. Oh, and a knife. This would cook it. 2 water bottles. We're being spoilt. We do need to go and get some stuff from the police station. Frozen. Okay. Right. We need to do that stealthy move round zombies. I'm hoping there'll be some weapon platforms that we can dig out the police station, or armor. Armor would be good. barrel. So, fill a water bottle that's frozen. No, it won't let me on this server. That's a shame. On the mouse, you used to fill water bottles that were frozen, and then you could unfill them. No, nothing useful out of there. So medical station next, because we've got a key. That'll be there then. Yeah, I don't believe it, Chuckles. You'll be with us longer than the rest of us. What are you going to stream on? Twitch, Kick, YouTube? Either way, expect my support. Ah, what card have you got? We do need a fire. And we do need to eat some fish, don't we? This house might work well. Because you don't get swimming wet. You do get wet, just not swimming wet. Okay. I've never really done Ryzen cards. I've always been an Nvidia fanboy. But I think in this day and age, actually in all honesty, for mid-level gaming, we've got a shamag. That's actually a better shamag though, isn't it? Because it's camouflage. Well, it's not, but it's better camouflage than red. That'll do the cooking house. Yeah, no, in this day and age, apart from the reason I now run with an NVIDIA is pure and simply is they're very good at doing 4K streaming. If I wasn't a full-time streamer, full-time? I suppose I am. I stream for about 40 hours a week, don't I? If I wasn't a full-time streamer, then I'd be tempted to have a Ryzen. So I'm going to split this into baby stones. Now, if I put that away, yes, spare knives. Done right, that's 3 knives, plus that one. Oh, cooking on gas. Craft rags. Anyway. Bandages. Key we need to keep out. Cheese is food for emergency food. That done, that done, that done. Right then, that needs to be ripped up. Fishing rod time. That one be turned into bandages? Yes, it can. I haven't been so unlucky that a co-worker has injured me, but I have lost how many streamers by lost how many times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't say it because some people genuinely are ill and genuinely have a problem, but and well done to them for doing something with their lives. That's amazing. But in the same way that, you know, I'm recognised as having PTSD, this is the first time I've probably ever mentioned it on stream. Yeah. I used to hang around with somebody on stream, or somebody that I in my Twitch days of streaming, that they'd had an injury years ago and they lost sight in one of their eyes, so they couldn't play DayZ type games because it was just too fast paced for them, but they always had before, and they missed it massively. So I used to play Subsistence with them. Ace, if you're still there, that's another game that might interest you at some point. If you want a single player survival game, Subsistence. There are some videos on my YouTube about it. It could be quite a fun server, Chuckles, for us to team up on, you know. Especially for the survival challenge. Yeah, it's a US server. Quad teams are quad teams. We can base build in it. We can raid. Do all that sort of stuff. They've got key card rooms and all that sort of stuff. So could the ping issue be particularly at the fault of a VPN? Yes. VPNs aren't known for being kind to ping. Save that food for an emergency. Keep our ammo here. Yeah, that. So, I think I have VPNs turned off. No, I have VPN protection on my server, but I think I've whitelisted you at some point. Because it's used by people to get around sanctions, VPNs. Right, where's next? Next is where we are. We are there. Next is there, which is a bitch. So we need to come into that from above, don't we? And then sweep down to the hospital and see if we can get ourselves something to open with that key. Because there'll be a lot of zombies around. Don't really want to swim this channel. But base building on here is base building plus or expansion. I mean, it's not a busy server from PvP point of view, but it's a good server from a survival, looting, making content, building a base. I mean, after I've had food later, I'll come back on here because I'm quite enjoying it. It's enough of a challenge. And I think there's AI around because I got shot at earlier. And you can have a car if you want one. Wow. What a nightmare for you, mate. You're the first person I've heard of that happening to, though, that I not know, if that makes sense. That I sort of know. I know virtually. There we are, that's the way of describing it. Obviously, you hear people all the time that have it happen. But, yeah. You'll always be able to play a GoblinZ server. I'll always make sure. Bloody fishing rod after all that. Happens to all of us, mate. We all do stupid things at times. And the scammers are good at what they do, otherwise they wouldn't do it. You know, I realise that they also, you know, you hit 1,000 people, one person might fall for it. But if you have a team hitting 1,000 people an hour, and every person that falls for it gets put through to a supervisor to close them down and scam them, I get it. The thing that scares me the most is the skimmers on, like, cash points. Because they're getting more and more sophisticated. You wouldn't know that you've been skimmed. They really worry me. To the extent that if I need cash, I'll get cash back in the shop. Right, glad you made it home safely after your pub crawl, yeah? Oh, I was a little bit ill. I don't remember coming home. I have no recognition of coming home. But I did when I got up the next morning. I wasn't going to drive to work. I'd left my car at work anyway, but I was going to catch the bus to work. But I decided that I wasn't in no fit state to sit on the back of a bus. So I walked into work, which probably did me some good because I sweated it out my system, but I was no use at work all day. I just sat in like a huddle and moaned. Severely hungover for the day. And we could probably, on this server, do something down here. Probably, because I don't know the distance rules. Honestly saying I've lost count of how many times I work at home, have no memory, and went out to inspect the vehicle for damage. Scary. Yeah, they were the 90s. I remember I used to drink in a local pub in the village that I grew up in when I was home on leave. And they'd always have a lock-in. And everyone would be quite intoxicated. Now, I used to walk to the pub and walk home. But people would drive to the pub. And at 3 in the morning, sort of 11 o'clock at night, in those days, pubs used to close in the UK. So the pub would close at 11. And then open again at 1 minute past. To get around the law. And then the local copper would come in. And the local poacher would pop in with a couple of trout and a rabbit. Everyone would be even more intoxicated, and about 3 in the morning they'd all jump in their cars, including the copper who'd come off duty, and drive home. And nobody thought anything of it. People would be bouncing off hedges. Yeah. Difficult. Different times. Going into bloody a big city just for a medical key doesn't seem like the most sensible thing a Goblin's done today. And I don't really have the firearms to deal with it. But that being said, we might get something nice out of it. Come on, Mr. Zombies. Come on. Come have a chat. It might have been. Evening, Merv. You can't get involved in fisticuffs with those unless we're up high. Come on, zombies, come and have a chat. What's the plan? The plan is not to get my leg broken. But I managed to get my leg broken. The plan was to come here to use a key to get in and try and get some good meds out of the place. If I can find a keycard room inside. What actually happened was the little bastard bit my ankle. That is truly an awful sound. Yes, it wasn't the best of plans. So the plan now is to kill this one and then find a bush and make a splint. And that one. I can't risk shooting. That's a biter. Me. I'm behind you. That wasn't the plan. Ah! Spears! Don't need them. Spears, they went out 300 years ago. Cars. You need to be on top of cars and not get bitten. Because when those little green ones bite your ankles, it hurts. And for another sleep. That's the plan now. Yeah, not my best ever move in DayZ. Where's Mr. There they are. No? Okay. So splints don't work. Maybe multivits will. The plan now is a fire. The old plan was medical. The new plan is fire, sleep, and cheese. Just go for a quick nap here. Different type of hard server. This is. I don't do the medical hard stuff. At least it's not Siberian Project. This is like advanced medical or something like that, isn't it? Right, I need a normal house. I came on here to get some ideas of how to make GoblinZ harder for the next wipe. Because wipe is 4 days away. 4.5, Thursday afternoon. Thursday morning I'll get a lot of the files ready in the background. Wipe Thursday afternoon. Best case scenario, the server will be up by Friday evening. Worst case, Sunday evening. So it depends how much I can do Thursday morning. I've already got the edit done, so the map edit's all in place. The types are nearly edited. Yeah, those biting Zeds are a bit of a bitch, aren't they? I'd never have them on my server. I think that the exploding Zeds we have is good enough, and what we're bringing in next wipe with Zeds will cause enough problems. These Zeds also break down doors. You've got to look for loot, haven't you? You obviously need to find an advanced splint because normal splints don't work. Well, is it a broken hand I've got? That might be a broken hand, not. So I might need to build a sling. Oh, bugger. Yeah, shaking. I've got broken hand. heat buff, and then try and make our way over the mountain. Not going to get the heat buff, are we? Yeah, exactly. It's a survival server, certainly. It's not a GoblinZ survival server, it's a different type of hard. If you took the medical stuff out, it would be an easy server. There. I'm going to forget that medical. Sort of need to go for that medical. A lot of Zs there though, isn't there? We sort of need to aim for up here somewhere. It's a long trip to Green Mountain. That's what we're doing. Seeing if we can buy our way to... Oh, our arm's broken. In which case, fuck that. We've got a medical container to get inside. Got to find it first, though. Yeah, I know you got a sprained wrist, mate. I know. Stop complaining. Oh, for a sewing kit. And a silenced pistol with lots of ammo. So some codeine would go down well now. I hear you, zombie. Brawler. Right, if you were a medical box in here, where would you have been put? Nurse. You bastard game. Oh, broken wrist, I can't climb. That side we've searched already. We've searched that side. Pissy key. No medical container up here today. What if I can use my wrist yet? This would be the place to build a base. Zombies can't climb, I don't think. Right, Green Mountain. I'll find somewhere safe to log out in a second. I'll grab some food, then I'll come back on later on and we'll continue. Of course, I'll put a link to the server in our team area. Okay. How many more days have you got of the rotation? Oh, look at that. We can sprint now. Our wrist is feeling better. There we go. The well there as well. That'll be my logout area. You need some new gloves. That one we can't trust. And now. And we'll need more rags, won't we? Now we're back to normal, we're fixed. That was challenging. The fact that it allows 4-man teams, and actually it's so that normally there's only ever 6 people on here maximum. I get why. We can certainly build a base on here. Should we search that place? Can we see any Zods down there? We need some resources en route, don't we? And you're only a young goblin once. I don't know about PC. I didn't hear any talk about that being a problem on PC, so... Big bag of rice, though. Well, I say a bag. A mouthful of rice. The other option is we live in there in Cherno. In the big building, up the ladders. The zombies can't climb. We could build quite a covert base there. One door to secure us, and it wouldn't be seen by anyone. And the flag wouldn't be seen either. I just need to look at their rules before I make those type of choices. It is a server where silenced pistols or crossbows would make all the difference. But we can have underground bases on here, Chuckles. They just take a lot of nails to make. And it isn't difficult to make them unraidable. Yes, you can. Yes, depends on their settings, and I don't know what their settings say. Fuck that. This will be as good a place as any to log out for me to have some food. Guys, thank you for watching. It's been amazing. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the interaction. I'll be back in about an hour and a bit. So I will catch you all later. Remember, if you have a goblin in your sights,